The year was 1897 when the first white men set foot in Uli, a kingdom deep in the heart of Igbo land. They arrived with books wrapped in black leather, their voices filled with promises of a new God, one who did not demand colonels, blood, or masquerades. Their presence unsettled the air like an omen before a great storm. The leader of these missionaries was Father Michael O'Connell, an Irishman with piercing blue eyes and a heart as firm as the iron bell he carried. With him were two others, Brother Thomas and Sister Margaret, a soft-spoken woman whose kindness shone like the evening sun. At first, the people of Uli watched them from a distance, their faces masked with suspicion. The elders whispered among themselves, their voices laced with warnings. They knew the stories, how the white men had come to other lands, bringing sickness and a strange thirst for power. But Ohugo, the Eze's first son, was curious. Unlike his father, Eze Udoka, who saw the foreigners as a threat, Ohugo saw an opportunity. These men, he told his childhood friend Obedike, they know things we do not. They have medicines, they have books that speak without mouths. Obedike frowned. But they insult our gods. Did you not hear how they called Amadioha a false spirit? Even the earth trembled when they said it. Indeed, it was true. When Father Michael and his companions stood in the village square preaching about their God, a sudden gust of wind had rattled the trees, and the distant roar of thunder had sent people running. Still, the missionaries did not leave. One evening, as the sun melted into the horizon, Father Michael stood before the people of Uli and spoke. "Your gods are shackles holding you to fear," he declared. "The true God offers you freedom. Freedom from sacrifices, freedom from curses, freedom from darkness." His words sliced through the crowd like a sharp machete. Murmurs erupted, and a few young men clenched their fists. Obedike stepped forward. "Our gods have protected us since the days of our fathers. Who are you to say otherwise?" Father Michael's eyes did not waver. "What if I could prove that your gods have no power over me?" The challenge sent a ripple through the crowd. Even Eze Udoka, who had been watching silently, narrowed his eyes. "Then sleep in the shrine of Amadioha tonight," the Eze finally said, his voice heavy with warning. "If by morning you are alive, then we will listen." A sharp intake of breath ran through the crowd. The shrine of Amadioha was sacred. No one dared to mock the god of thunder and live. Yet, that night, as the village held its breath, Father Michael entered the shrine. He knelt before the wooden idol, its face carved into a permanent snarl. The air was thick with the scent of burnt offerings, and strange whispers filled the darkness. Outside, the people of Uli waited. Some prayed for his survival. Others hoped to see his charred remains by dawn. But when morning came, Father Michael walked out unscathed. Gasps of disbelief filled the air. The chief priest, Dibia Mwanwu, a man feared for his knowledge of the unseen, was the first to speak. "This is trickery," he roared. "The gods are testing us." Yet doubt had already taken root in the hearts of many. The wrath of the old ways. Udoka's fury was swift. "These men are dangerous," he told his council. "If we do not stop them, our children will forget the gods of our fathers." That night, as the missionaries slept in their small hut, flames erupted around them. Thick smoke filled the air as the roof caved in. Brother Thomas was the first to wake, his shouts piercing the night. "Fire! Fire!" Father Michael and Sister Margaret stumbled out, coughing and gasping for breath. But outside, warriors awaited them, their machetes glinting under the moonlight. "You have insulted our gods for the last time," Dibia Mamonwu declared. "Tonight you will answer for your sins." The first blade swung, but before it could strike, a voice cut through the chaos. "Stop!" It was Ojugo. He stood between the missionaries and the warriors, his chest heaving. "These people came in peace," he said, his voice strong. "If their God is false, then time will reveal it. But if we kill them now, what does it say about us?" His words weighed heavy in the air. Some of the warriors shifted uncomfortably. Killing an unarmed man was not the way of their people. Eze Udoka's eyes burned with anger. "You defend them?" he spat. "Then you are no son of mine." Silence. Ohugo's heart clenched, but he did not waver. Father Michael stepped forward. "We mean no harm," he said softly. "We only wish to share what we believe." The tension was thick, but the moment had passed. The warriors lowered their weapons, and one by one, the crowd dispersed. The next day, Ohugo left the palace. His father's rejection was final. He sought refuge with the missionaries, his decision setting a fire that spread through Uli. Some followed him, drawn by the words of the white men. Others cursed him, calling him the son who spat on his ancestors. But what no one expected was what happened next. A sickness swept through the land, smallpox, a plague unseen before. It took the old and the young, leaving behind only wails of mourning. "The gods are punishing us," the people cried. Dibia Mwanwu demanded sacrifices, but the disease did not relent. Meanwhile, the missionaries offered a different cure, quinine, a bitter medicine, and the strange practice of vaccination. Slowly, the people began to listen. By the time the sickness passed, the kingdom was no longer the same. The grip of the old gods had loosened, and the whispers of the new faith had taken root. Eze Udoka never spoke to Ojugo again, but as the years passed, he watched in silence as his son became a man of both worlds, one who walked with the white men, yet never forgot the dust of his ancestors. And so, the echoes of that night, the night of fire and blood, lived on in the stories of Uli. For it was the night when the gods and the new faith clashed, and neither won completely.